talking about sketching design ideas. Sketching ideas is a very useful part of the design process as it allows you to develop your thinking and trial how your designs will look. It is also a great way to communicate your ideas to other people. When coming up with design ideas, we are normally presenting more than one design that meet a certain design criteria. In other words, coming up with a solution to a certain problem. You might have been asked to create a dress for a child using colourful colours and tropical themes, or a sensory playmat for a baby, which must include farm animals. When designing, you will need to bear in mind what your client has asked for and to try and meet these requirements within your designs. So what should my design pages include? Firstly, and very importantly, sketches of your ideas. I would suggest always starting to sketch in pencil. I would invest in a small selection of graded pencils ranging from say 2B to 6B. By sketching in pencil, you can always rub out any mistakes or guidelines later on. It is important to make your designs visually appealing, so adding colour is an important factor. I like to use colouring pencils, specifically watercolour pencils, as they are a versatile medium. You can add water to these to give it a watercolour feel, but they also tend to apply smoothly to the paper. Be careful of colouring pens, as they can make your designs look unprofessional if not used carefully. I would also consider adding an outline to your design using a fine liner pen. Another important addition to your ideas are annotations. Good annotations around your sketches will inform the client about the details of your design. Annotation means adding notes which will explain what you're thinking or identify ways of developing your ideas further. You could mention the fabrics or materials, colours, shape, or decorative and construction techniques planned to be used. Specific details or enlargements are often also included. When sketching ideas, sometimes it's useful to expand on specific details within your designs. You could enlarge a particular motif or design aspect and include a close-up to help better communicate your thought process. Using colour and fabric samples or mock-ups of designs can make your design pages really stand out. You could include colour fabric samples, or what designers call swatches, which are small squares of the actual colour or material to show what it could be made from. A top tip would be to collect the paper colour strips of paint swatches from DIY stores and cut the exact colour. A mock-up is a model or representation to show you what your design could look like, having been made, or make a test run of your design idea. You may include a mock-up of a motif or a lino print, for example, to help convey your ideas to the client. I often include references of my research within my design pages. Have I been researching a certain art period like pop art or Art Nouveau to inspire me? Or have I researched a particular artist or designer? Getting inspiration from others is what designers and artists have always done and should never be considered cheating. Showing elements of your research can help explain your thought process. This could be done by including an image of your research or a hand-drawn recreation of the artist or designer's work. It may be appropriate to include an evaluation. How well have your design ideas met the brief or solved the solution to the problem given? What would your target audience think of your designs? i.e., what would the person you are designing your product for think? At this point of the design process, it may be worth asking real-life people what they think of your design ideas to gain valuable feedback. They might be able to offer helpful advice or how to further develop your ideas, or point out a glaring issue that you may not have realised. So what format should I use? This really is up to you, but most people stick with the standard paper sizes of A4 or A3. You can work on individual sheets of paper or use a sketchbook to keep all your work together. I hope this helps as a starting point to creating your own design ideas. Just to recap, what should I include in my design ideas? Sketches, start in pencil, then add colour or maybe an outline with a fine liner. Annotations to help explain your ideas. Specific details or enlargements of a design aspect. Colour swatches or samples of materials that you could potentially use. Mock-ups of design ideas or recreations of aspects of your product. Research or sources of inspiration.